United States of America, President Barack Obama.
Good to see you. I just want to say everybody back home, right back at you. We appreciate you. You always get the straight talk.
You can see the TV though.
I can see the TV.
Good evening. Welcome to Straight Talk with W.L. Lillard. Of course, I'm not W.L. Lillard. I'm sitting in for him. And tonight, we're going to bring you a lot of information. This is considered to be the health segment. And our guest today is Dr. Shelton Caesar. Dr. Caesar, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on the show.
And I'm looking forward to a lot of information because you got a lot of information to share. And just for on a general sake, tell me a little bit about Dr. Caesar, what you are, what you do, and your involvements.
I'm a physician. I've been a physician, a practicing physician in Chicago for the past 30 years. I was born and raised in Chicago. I went to South Shore High School, and from South Shore High School, I went to Dartmouth College. From a young age, I decided I wanted to be a physician. I don't know why I decided to become a physician. It's probably something that I saw on television. Maybe Dr. Kildare, Dr. Marcus Welby, MD, something of that nature. But something motivated me to become a physician. I wanted to, everyone wants to make a difference. Everyone wants to help someone. So I went to Dartmouth, and I went to University of Illinois Medical School here in Chicago, and I'm a practicing internal medicine. I've been practicing on 75th and Prairie since 1988, practicing a conventional medicine for the most part. But over the last 15, 20 years, I did a shift. I've shifted from conventional medicine to focusing more on a holistic approach to treating patients. So because in conventional medicine in general, it has its pros and cons, but for the most part, we're not looking to get to the core, the root of the problem and solving the problems. They're trying to manage patients, manage your high blood pressure, managing numbers, managing your diabetes, but not really getting to the core of the problem. The root of the problem is trying to solve the problem, trying to actually remedy the problems. The reason why I decided to make this shift, because even though the patient considered me very good at what I was doing, I was on staff at Michael Reese. At one time, I was on staff at University of Chicago. And the patients say, oh, he's an outstanding doctor. He's very, very good at this. He's very good at that. But I'm looking at him. I'm seeing him coming back to see me. Now I'm putting him on medications, and I know that this medication that I'm giving them is really not curing their diabetes. It's really not curing their high blood pressure. It's really not curing an arthritis. Then I'm switching from one medication to the next medication. They get some relief, but they're not getting resolution. So I decided I knew it was something wrong. I knew that in the past, because medicine has been practicing for thousands and thousands of years, and I know they just weren't just managing diseases. They called it remedies, and the reason why they called it remedies is because it remedied the situation. It resolved the situation. It was curing things. And they had the same diseases back then that we have now. They had their diabetes, they had the cancer, they had high blood pressure. But they had herbs and they had supplements and they had various other things trying to treat the patient in a holistic manner to remedy the situation, to essentially resolve these. So that's why I switched over, doing more of an integrative, they'll say holistic, and they may call it functional medicine, but really trying to treat the whole patient in general. You have to focus on the physical problems. You have to focus on the emotional problem. You have to focus on the mental problem and the spiritual problem. You have to put all those things together in order to essentially treat the patient.
And actually, Dr. Caesar, that is the most impressive position that I have known people to take, that you're taking. Not only are you just dealing with their physical health, but you want to deal with the root cause of it. What's really the problem with high blood, diabetes, and all these other conditions? Because if you're treating the symptoms and not getting to the cause, it really doesn't get the results. And to have a doctor that actually have all of the information that you have and doing what you're doing, because I know you have written books, you do a lot of information, you share a lot of knowledge, and your nutritional center, which is KMT on 75th and KMAT, I've been coming in there for a lot of years, and it's a lot of things you can get there. And if a person has a medical condition, they can come upstairs and you can work with them. You're in a position to help in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So with all of the things that you have been doing and you are actually capable of doing now, what things do you feel you want to do with the situation, how things are going on now, with all the coronaviruses and all of that? what would you recommend for a person that they can do for themselves to help themselves right about
Yeah.
now?
The thing is, in terms of coronavirus, is a virus in general. Coronavirus, infections, germs have been around for, as long as we've been around, and they'll continue to be around for as long as we've been around. The thing is, vaccines, some people think vaccines are important. But the vaccines, you can't go around making a vaccine for every disease, every germ that's possibly out there. You'll be essentially chasing your vaccine tail for a long period of time. The key thing is, and because you have products essentially help cleanse out the body. The key thing is that you have to boost your immune system. You have to clean out the body. You have to detox. In terms of diseases in general, in terms of how you're going to approach any disease, you're going to have to approach diseases. I tell patients, you're going to get diseases for 4 different ways that you're going to essentially get sick. And how you have to manage them and how you have to treat it. You have to cleanse out the body. You have to detox the body. Let's say if you were to have a cut, and the body knows how to heal itself, you would agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you had a cut and you keep the cut dirty, what is the chances of the body that cut being healed?
Mm-hmm. Not at all.
It's a very slim chance for that cut to be healed. And it's the same thing internally. If you have and your internal environment is essentially not clean, if your internal environment is in need of detoxing, and then it's going to be very difficult for you to essentially heal yourself of any disease. And more than likely, you will get a lot of disease because you're not essentially the body is not clean. So you have to detox the body. You have to nourish the body. Unfortunately, the foods that we're eating right now are depleted of a lot of minerals, depleted of nutrients, and we're eating a lot of fast foods. And we know it's not that it's a secret that this food is depleted of nutrients. It's not that it's a secret that this food is toxic. This is the most toxic food and most nutritionally depleted food, probably in the history of mankind. But we know that. We know where they're putting antibiotics in the foods. We know they're putting steroids in the foods. We know there's all kinds of toxins and chemicals that we can't even pronounce when we look at essentially the boxes or the ingredients. Mm-hmm. But we know that, but we still consume food that's nutritionally depleted. So we have to consume foods that's nutritionally dense. I've been a vegan for the last 25 years, so I really haven't touched meat, chicken, fish, and dairy products in 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's in terms of the plant-based diet, a lot of people are gravitating towards it, and more people are essentially going to have to embrace a plant-based diet. Mm-hmm. Because even though the plants still don't have as many nutrients as they should have, as they did have in the past, and they probably have in various other countries, but it's still they don't have as much in terms of the toxicity and the hormones, the antibiotics, and the steroids. So that's why it's going to be very important, in terms of trying to, have a nutritionally dense, dense foods. So you're going to detox. You have to detox the body. You have to put nutrients into the body. You have to boost up your immune system. You're going to have to boost up your immune system. They say 70-80% of the immune system is in the gut. Mm-hmm. So the products you have in terms of cleansing out the gut, that helps boost the immune system in general.
This is why for the last 25 years, I followed Dr. Evelyn Fulton advice, where she said if you don't do anything else right, clean your system out every 2 or 3 months, your body will be healthy because you're getting rid of all this toxicity. Like now with all these viruses, which is any and all viruses, you want to keep toxin out of your body. Yeah. Any and all health condition, the more your body is detoxed and cleansed. That's why if I didn't do anything else that I learned for the last 25 straight years, the ACOG Vitamin Colon Cleanse, I have been doing it every 2 or 3 months because it's the one thing I noticed that really kept me feeling decently well, size, no gaining weight and not blowing all up and all of that. It makes a difference to do it. So the immune system now is majorly important, and I know you have a lot of stuff over in the health center there. Yeah. Do you recommend people to come in and really look at some things that can help to strengthen the immune system? Because that's going to be the main thing now is your immune system got to be strong. Yeah,
the immune system has to be strong, but there was one other fourth component in terms of optimum health that we need to discuss too, is that in terms of your emotional and mental health. If your mind is toxic,
exactly,
then your body is toxic. the negativity, the negative thoughts, the negative emotions, the negative feelings, the negative television, the negative news, if you're consuming that,
Right.
okay, if you're consuming that on a regular basis, and then your body, it's hard for the body to heal. You have to get rid of those toxins too.
And see, the thing about it is, this is something that most people don't talk about and put into face. Toxic mind destroys the health of your body.
It will.
You can take your body down by what you're thinking, what your thoughts are. And I like the fact that you do entertain that there's more than just your physical, your nutritional, but your mental. I did those cards that I got from you that when you look at all of these positive things, you make the mind start doing what you read. When I used those cards that I got from your center, and I would go through all 52 of them, and when I finished, my whole mindset was different because what was on those cards gave me a positive way of thinking and looking at everything was something good and positive. That made your spirit and mind be good and positive. If you look at all negativity, that's where your mind and spirit goes. What gave you the thought and idea to actually put together such a perfect thought of a mind relaxing, calming, and disposition with those cards?
Truth is, it was one of these days I was sitting down and I was just thinking about cards, and I knew I met a lot of meditation, and and most people should meditate. They should observe themselves, self-observe themselves, and quiet their mind. If you quiet your mind, you sit down and rest, and then things start to come to you. They come to you. And then
So meditate, get your mind set in a different frame,
Get it-
and then creative thoughts. Someone
Creative
told me that
thoughts.
just 2 or 3 days ago, that if you meditate and really do it, so when you get to that stage, you start seeing colors and your mind start going, you start being creative. And I believe that because we have so many things that blocking our minds and memory.
Distractions.
Distractions.
There's so many distractions, okay? And if your mind is distracted on what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow, if you listen to music all the time, if you're watching television or you're going to clubs and things of this nature, okay, and your mind is always busy, there's an inner force that we have within us. There's an inner dialogue that we have within us. And if you're unable to quiet your mind, you would never hear it.
Exactly.
Yeah. The images that pop up in your mind. And so I call it my golden key cards. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it with me. It's like 52 cards. I have it in my health food store. 52 positive words. And you just flip through them. As you flip through it, you focus, you essentially shifting your attention from anything negative that you got going on into your mind to positive words, confidence, hope, love, peace, or serenity. You want to focus on those things, and all words have their own energy. And you want to essentially become an energetic match with those words, with those positive words.
What is that deck of cards? What is it called? What name would you ask for?
I call it the golden key. My golden
The
key.
golden key. Please go to KMT, 75th, KMET, and personally,
In Prairie.
and get that card. I encourage people. I got it the first day I went and I saw, and he explained what it was. And I can tell you, it really changes your whole mental, physical. You think differently, your mind is positive, and you're just looking at all those cards, and each time you hit one, it gives you a positive light. I know that works because I actually, one night, I went to sleep and I rolled over on the remote, and the TV came on. And when I woke up the next morning, everything that was on that TV was in my, I was like, I didn't sleep at all because I was actually awake because of everything that my subconscious mind was sucking in from that TV. And I learned never do that again. You don't want to have anything going on around you when you're supposed to be asleep. It'll do the same thing as negativity. It will just program you.
Yes, it will, and that's why they call it program. That's why they call it television program. Unfortunately, we have been programmed, but for the most part, we've been programmed to think, feel, and act negative. And then for some reason, we gravitate towards negativity. At least our media is essentially pushing us towards negativity. You see everything that we see on television that's very entertaining, okay, is negative. So we got negative television, we have negative music, we have negative news. All these negativity just it's coming to us, and everything that we see, everything that we watch, essentially ingrained and embedded into the subconscious mind.
Mhm.
And so that's why you have to be very careful what you're reading, what you're watching, and who you're listening to, and who you're around.
And the thing that I have definitely have known
Mhm.
for many, many years, on how much you stress
Mm-hmm.
can affect your health. It can
Yeah.
affect your health instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You can be doing fine and everything going good, and some stress come on, whatever way stress.
Mhm.
And stress is anything that takes your emotional spirit from here to here.
Mhm.
It could even be something simple as a phone call. You can get a phone call and you go, hello, and then you go, hi.
Yeah.
That's stress.
Mm-hmm.
Because your spirit, your whole disposition
Mhm.
went down.
Mhm.
But if you get the phone and you go, hello, hi,
Yeah.
you bring it up. That's a
Mhm.
positive. Keep talking.
Mhm.
Because stress is at
Mhm.
all every level. That anytime your spirit go from here to there, you
Mhm.
change in your attitude, your
Yeah.
whole body shifts.
Yeah.
And when your body shifts, it affects your entire body.
Yeah, stress, and that's what I've been dealing with over the last 15 years, is dealing with stress, because they'll tell you most people who go to the physician, 70, 80, maybe 90% of the people who go to the physician, their main issues are their stress. Their stress, their worry, their fears, their anxieties. And then if you look at stress, stress is a negativity, it's a negative energy. Fear is negative, worry is negative, anxiety is negative. And every word has its own energy, it has its own vibration. So if you're fearful, let's say you're angry, or let's say you're depressed. We'll use the word depressed. If you're sad and depressed, every cell in your body has to vibrate at that energy. Your eyes have to vibrate at that energy. Your thyroid has to vibrate at that energy. Your heart has to vibrate at that energy. Your stomach vibrates at that energy. Your immune system, if you're depressed, your immune system has to be depressed. So that's why they'll say stress kills, because it's an energy. It's an energy, and you're vibrating at that energy. And it's a low energy too. So that's why it's important to essentially focus your attention on positive energy, positive things, to raise the vibration, so all the cells and every organ in your body is vibrating at a higher level, a higher energy level.
Mm-hmm.
That's why stress in general, yes, you get bad news, okay, someone dies and stuff, and the next day you get, they always say that one person dies, and then you got three other funerals to attend.
Mm-hmm.
Because somewhere down the line, such stress can essentially cause you to high blood pressure, it can cause a stroke, it can cause heart attacks, it causes all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
This is
another-
why it's more important than we ever give credit to it, how important it is to try to stress less, let nothing stress you out, nothing upset you, no anger. And with the circumstances going on now, with the viruses, it's making a lot of people become very stressed out with the job, with the news every day, all day. It's that. This is a real good time that I encourage you to go over and get those cards from KMT Dr. Center, because whatever you can do to help keep your calmness and your calm spirit and less stress, it's going to be better for us in any and every way, health, mind, and the whole function.
Yeah. But stress in general, in terms of how do you deal with stress? Okay, I have various things to deal with stress. Like I said, I have the book, my deck of cards, Golden Key cards. I have a book of affirmation, okay, called The Most Powerful Book of Affirmations Ever Written. I wrote this in 2013, okay. Have you seen this book?
Yes, I have this. Please do know that in the book, The Most Powerful Book of Affirmation Ever Written, Doc, can you tell us a little bit about that book, and what was you thinking, what was your mindset about it, and what you want to get over through that book?
Yeah. The thing is, in terms like I said, I've been dealing with stress for we've all had our stress. From childhood, medical school was stressful, college was stressful, even though I think college was probably more stressful than medical school, because I went from South Shore High School, which was inner city school, and back then I can't say I got a stellar education there. And so I went from there
Well, you
to
got it somewhere to go to Dartmouth.
yeah, I know, but I got enough to get to Dartmouth, but the preparation, I wasn't as prepared as a lot of the other students there who were going from college preps and from private schools. So it was a lot of hard work there. I studied really, really hard. They'll say determination and effort to get you a lot further than maybe just being very, very smart. So I was determined, I had effort, and I studied and studied and studied, and sometimes you could barely, people probably didn't see me for weeks. But I managed to get through, and it was hard. Then going to medical school, I guess some of the skills that I had picked up from medical school, it made medical school a lot easier. But it was still stressful. It was still stress, and you still had worries, and you still had things in the past essentially that haunted you. And so one time, when I was doing my switch from conventional medicine to holistic medicine, I went to a conference, and they were talking about affirmations. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll start doing affirmations. So I started repeating affirmations to myself.
What made you start getting into affirmation?
Yeah, that's what the thing is. Like I said, I went to this conference, and they started doing affirmations. And I had never done affirmations with myself, so I just started doing affirmations with myself. And I started repeating affirmations with myself, writing things down. They say that if you repeat a phrase over and over again for 21 days, you're essentially reprogramming yourself. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to reprogram how you think and feel on a conscious and a subconscious level. And then I realized that I could just reprogram myself almost instantly. I would say something, I would feel certain things, I would feel certain things, I'll say something, and then all of a sudden it was almost an instantaneous shift. I said, that's interesting. So I went to my office, and I started doing the affirmation with patients. And I would have them, they come in, they were stressed out, and I'll just repeat affirmations with them. I repeat maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, and they start changing. The stress started going away, the worries go away, the anxiety goes away. And I would call back a week later, 2 weeks later, and they say, Stale, something just changed. And so I continued doing it. And then a friend of mine was telling me, why don't you write a book? You're the world expert on affirmations. I said, wait a second, when did I become the world expert on affirmations?
Well, I guess they was looking at this, Doc.
That was before I wrote the book.
So they knew that this was coming. But I encourage everyone, check the book out.
Yeah.
Because when you repeat something to your mind, anytime you want to change some things, you got to say some things differently. You got to think differently.
You have to think differently.
Yeah.
So it's a repetition over and over, repeating certain things, trying to change your mindset. It's very important to change your mindset nowadays.
And especially now, with all of the things going on, with the people losing the work job, can't go do anything, it's going to be, right now, affirmation is really going to be needed, Doc, because it is right now, this is a shift in life that no one has ever thought of, been a part of in the United States, where you actually shut down all of the NBA games, restaurants, jobs, courthouse, just shut things down, where you got a day or two to know that from now on, you have no job, you can't go here, you can't eat here, you got to do this. Affirmation is going to be real important. That's why I encourage everybody to go get that book. Come over and get those cards, because any and everything you can do to get your mind set to be able to get through this very stressful time. Because when you put a lot on a human, and I know for a fact that most people don't save up a lot of money, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 days you find out that you're not going to be able to work for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. That's stress, because you got family, you got children. So right about now, the affirmation, the cards would be very, very good to just help people to keep some mental sanity.
And I'll do affirmations in a few minutes, okay? We'll do affirmations. So whoever's watching, I'll have you repeat affirmations, my affirmations. As you repeat the affirmations, any stress you have goes away, any worries you have go away, any fears goes away. And this is not just a temporary thing. My affirmations has an ability to touch people at a subconscious level, at a core level, and change them on the spot. Because the thing about it is, it's not one of those things that you want to manage. Like I said, we don't want to manage disease, we don't want to manage stress. We just don't want to be stressed. We want to change our mindset, okay? Keeping a positive mental attitude, so no matter what happens, That's what people say. Well, what do you do in this type of time? Okay, when there's a crisis, when there's a pandemic or something of this nature. Tell me you do the same thing that you do all the time when anything happens. Okay, you have to have a positive mindset, a positive mental attitude, a positive disposition, and you treat any crisis like you're gonna like whether it's small or big, you treat it all the same. You approach it believing that everything is going to be okay.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah.
approach it believing, okay, that you have the strength and the wherewithal, okay, to manage and get through any crisis, anything you go through. It can't be anything. Like I said, this is not anything new. This is not going to be the last time. Hopefully, it's not anything as bad as it is right now. But things happen. But whatever happens, it's like when you raising your child. You prepare your child. You prepare your child for crisis. You tell them that you don't give them the information that bad things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. Just give them the information that whatever happens in life, you have to be prepared. It's not one of those things you have to prepare yourself. Is that if this happens, how am I going to react? Like I said, it's not in terms of you stressing out that the external things are stressing you out. It's how when you take the external things, you internalize it, and you start stressing yourself out. Mm-hmm. The external things don't make you worry. It doesn't make you fearful. It doesn't make you angry. It's that then you're internalizing things, and then you reflexively start acting out a program, okay, that's essentially been instilled in you, maybe for the early part of your life. Mm-hmm. So you have to change it. You have to change the program. You have to flip the switch, and you really have to tell yourself, well, this is how I'm going to react in a certain situation. And it's not a matter if Becky's going to come to me and he's going to push my buttons and then he's going to trigger a type of emotion, trigger a type of thought. That makes it when you're not control of yourself and control of your emotions, control of your thoughts, control of your feelings, control of your action. You have to be in control. Mm-hmm. If a stressful situation like this happens right now, a pandemic happens right now, today, a pandemic happens 5 years from now, this is how I'm going to react.
Because the thing about it, Doc, what I'm hearing you saying, which is very important, what you are sharing today is what you want a person to, whenever they are at that situation, they use those same mechanism to stress today, stress tomorrow, or something come up in your life, to be able to have something that you can do to ease your way through it.
Yeah, you have coping skills. If you have coping skills and then you use your coping skills, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you will do. Okay, if you essentially become master of yourself, you have to be able to go inside yourself and control yourself, controlling yourself in terms of thoughts, emotions, and feelings. You have to be able to control these things.
So it's the thoughts that really make it work on controlling your thoughts. And this is why when a lot of times people feel like they wanted to meditate, they wanted to meditate because they feel that my thoughts are going all over the place. I can't control my mind. I can't focus in one area. I'm just all over the place. So you get to the point where you got everything going. You got to really have something. And I'm glad that when we get back after the breaks, that you're going to do this for everybody who's listening here, because right now, it is really important right now to share and to give a person any and everything that they can get to help them get through this.
Yes.
Now, I wanted to go back to when you started to write this book on affirmation. How long did you put in for your finished part, beginning to ending? How much time you feel you put in?
A lot of time. Truth is, in terms of what I've done with myself, I started this, we can call it a journey. It's around 2004 when I started doing affirmations.
2004?
2004. That's 16 years. So over the past 16 years, I would sit down. I had the medical practice, I had a wife, I have 2 kids, and so I had to spend time with them. I had to spend time at the office. But then when I left the office and I get up in the morning, I would essentially sit around and write affirmations. I would observe myself, think about the things I'm going through, and write affirmations, trying to balance any of the negative emotions and feelings that I had inside of me. And so it's a self-observation, meditation, you may want to call it. But I would say I would do it almost 8 to 12 hours a day, every day for the last 16 years.
8 to 12 hours a day?
Every day.
Wow.
for the last 16 years.
So you put a lot of time into getting to this
It's
point.
a lot of time.
Wow.
It's a lot of time.
The most powerful book on affirmation ever written.
And the
Dr.
reason why,
Shelton Caesar.
yeah.
That's a lot of time you put in there, and I am real impressed because the one thing that I can definitely tell you, I've been knowing you for many years.
yeah,
Your mannerism has always been right here. I never saw you up here, down there. So evidently, the affirmation and the stuff that you have gotten has helped you because
Yeah.
you're juggling a family, you're juggling medical practice, you're juggling a nutritional center, and everyday life.
yes,
And your disposition, your calmness means that you know some things. That's why I wish that everybody would pay attention
yes,
and get more information on things that you can share because it's different when you say something than when you're actually living it and
Yes.
doing it. And I can actually say over the years I've known you, I've been amazed on the calmness and how you keep yourself in an even keel because
Yeah.
if not, that up and down and that stress, I'm up, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm mad, it just affects your health
It
and
will.
your whole existence.
it will.
And if you find that the one thing that people don't realize that I have in my own personal life realized, if you get stressed, you upset about this anger you can't think right, you upset about this, your bill collector calling you, you got this to worry about. At the end of the day, you're just like exhausted because of what all you put your whole body through,
And you just said the key word, what you put your body through.
what we put our body through.
And that's what you do, okay? Like I said, it's your mind, it's your thoughts, and we'll put ourselves through all those type of things. The negative self-talks. I talk to people sometimes, they was talking about how critical they are on themselves. And I'm like looking at it, I'm going to say, really? You're critical on yourself? It doesn't make any sense. They'll tell you, the first person to tell you that they love themselves, okay? And then they're critical on themselves. They'll do negative self-talk to themselves. They'll say bad things to themselves. I say, do you talk to your children like that? And they say, no, I don't talk to my children. I say, well, why would you talk to yourself like that if you love yourself? You have to treat yourself, though. If you say you love yourself, then you have to treat yourself that way. You have to do positive self-talk to yourself. You have to reassure yourself that everything's going to be okay. You have to tell yourself, okay, that you got this, okay, that you're going to move in this direction. And if you make a mistake, okay, you can't dump on yourself. You're like, look, we're going to have to do this better the next time around, okay? This we made a mistake. We shouldn't act this way. And this is what we're going to do. But this negative self-talk, okay, downing yourself, we can't do that. You have to build yourself up.
And this is something that I know as a fact. When you have a parents that tell the child they no good, you crazy, you did and that affects a child going through their life. Positive mental attitude, encouragement. Oh, you could do it, and you're going to get through it and be okay. It is so much as a parent to a child, as we are to ourselves, as we go from one point of our life to the next, we have to work with ourselves with positive support. I can make it, I'm going to do it, I can get it done. Always the positive, because if you think negative, I'm not going to work, I'll try, then you just destroying yourself from even getting it done.
No, you'll destroy yourself, and most people do that. They'll destroy themselves. But you have to, like I said, you have to uplift yourself at all times. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with. Like I said, that's why I've dedicated the last 15 years or so dealing with stress, dealing with mental issues. I can talk to people on the telephone right now, anywhere around the world, and I can go through my series of affirmations, and any stress they have just goes away. Yeah. I even have a water. I have a water in the store. And if anyone's stressed out, they can come to my store, and I have a water where I can put energy and affirmations in water. I'll have them, and then some people say they don't believe it, okay?
Well, we go all the way back. We talk about the spirit of the water and the spirit in the water. And I go to a lot of churches and I hear them saying, let me give you some water and put some Holy Spirit in and get. So it's a thought that people have always realized that water does have spirit in it.
So I'll have people, I'll sample out my water. I'll give them the water. I tell them 15 seconds, any stress you have goes away in 15 seconds. And it works 99% of the time.
What got your mindset to think about doing the water for the stress and the...
It was a Dr. Emoto, the Japanese guy, who did studies and showing that if he was speaking to water, talking to water, did MRIs on the water, and then taking pictures of it, then it was if the ones if you spoke in a harmonious tone, and then you'll get harmonious pictures. A chaotic tone to give you chaotic pictures. And so I was working with a company at one time, and they would send me various waters, and they would put it on a machine, and they would put certain vibrations and energies in the water. And then one day I noticed that all I had to do was, if I was to think about the water, think about certain things, and have someone drink the water, and they would change. Water is supposed to have a perfect memory. If you had a glass of water right here, it would essentially record this entire conversation. And that memory would essentially stay in that water forever. And so I was essentially, I can think certain things, think certain affirmations. All my affirmations in some of my waters, and some people drink it and they change. The stress goes away, fears goes away. I even have some to help people stop smoking and stop drinking alcohol. So it's a very interesting concept.
But you know, that affirmation would help a whole lot of people with drinking, smoking,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of things, the affirmation to get the mindset.
Yeah.
Because everything is about your mindset.
It's the mindset. Muhammad Ali, he's always did affirmations. His "I'm the greatest" was an affirmation, and he affirmed it over and over and over again.
over,
He came to see me one time. He came to see me a couple of times as a patient. It was a fun visit. But yes, I did a few affirmations with him too, and that was an experience in itself.
And he constantly affirmed that I am the greatest, I'm the best, I'm good looking, I'm smart,
Yeah.
I'm fast. He always give himself some positive motivational thing in
That's
description.
that's what you have to do.
Because if it is to be, it's up to me. You can't let outside sources make you negative and break you down, tear you down. Because if you let people tell you things and you let it soak into your mind, it's going to affect you. So if other people not encouraging you, you have to encourage yourself, make your affirmation of positiveness, and take away all of the negativity, because the world around you and people around you can put into your mind what you think and how you feel about different things, and it may not be, but if you let them put it in your mind, it won't be what you want.
Yes.
And that becomes on the end of that.
That's why you have to surround yourself with positive people who are thinking the same way you think, and people whose level of consciousness and awareness is where either where you're at or where
So
you
you have to
wanna
get
be.
away from toxic people too, right?
You have to get away from toxic people,
Yeah.
but you also have to condition yourself, strengthen yourself. So if you're around toxic people, okay, maybe some of your positivity will rub off on them as opposed to that toxicity rubbing off on you.
So rather than just leave the toxic people, then you want to give them a lot of positive that hopefully that you dilute their toxicity. And
You can't do that. But the thing is, in terms of, we can't isolate ourselves in this environment altogether. We can't live like monks. So if we're around people, okay, we have to have it so no matter how negative they are, that they can't affect us in a negative way.
Right, okay.
So you have to be immune to their toxicity, immune to their negativity. So you can be around the most negative person, okay, and if you're the most positive person, if you don't have that same energy within you, and then you won't resonate on their level. And if you do resonate on that level, if I find myself resonating on that level, that means I got more work to do on myself.
On myself, yeah.
And so I have to go home, okay, and close the doors, turn the lights out, and start working on myself more. And so the next time around that type of person, okay, I'm still at the same positive level. Like I said, I'm not being brought down, okay, but to someone else's level.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. You can't let people bring you to their level. If they're lower, if you want to go to their level and you want it to be a positive or higher level than where you are, then go down.
Yeah.
And when you find that you're around somebody who is bringing your level down, that means that we need to work on ourselves a little more, because we are losing position on making sure that we are not strong enough, and we need to do what we need to do. Because if it is to be, it's up to me. I believe that 100%. It's our responsibility to make sure that we take care of things, we do the things we need to do. When it comes to our health, it's number one.
Yeah.
If it is to be, it's my responsibility. We have to do the things. We have to make sure to detox and cleanse our system and make sure we're drinking water, make sure we're putting the correct nutrients in our body, and more importantly, we have to make sure that we go and get a physical at least once a year, because you really want to know what kind of conditions you have, what's going on in your life and in your health. Because once you find out you got different conditions, the first thing you want to do is find out what foods you need to stop eating and what foods you need to start eating. Because I have found that every health condition, there's a list of foods that you want to stay away from. And when you stay away from those foods, your condition get better, because now you're working with the cause of that condition. And nothing else and nobody else can make a change more than I can make it for myself. And once I begin to do that, nothing is going to change until I change it. We're going to take commercials, and of course, when we come back, Dr. Caesar is going to do something with all of us that can help us with this stress, with the virus going on, with the jobs being taken away, can't do anything, and most important, my NBA is going off the line. But the thing about it is, we really need that, and when we come back, Dr. Caesar is going to do one that you can do at home. So please hang around and come back and get this so we can all be better and have more strength. In 5.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today?
Let's do those pearly whites, man.
Yeah. Boys, check it. Stand up to my terrorists, don't compare
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Stoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees.
Why? Why?
Why are you following me?
Why my hoodie make me look suspicious?
Why does my music make me dangerous?
Why are people that are supposed to protect me attacking me?
Why are you afraid of me? Why do you think I'm dangerous?
Why do I afraid of people who are supposed to protect me?
Why can't I make a peace sign without you labeling the gang sign?
Why does standing your ground only work when I'm on the ground?
Why do you show this photo over this one?
Why do you only stop and frisk me?
Why do you have low expectations for me?
Why can I run down the street without causing alarms?
Why do you think I'm a thug?
Why do you assume I'm armed?
Why can I breathe?
Why is my mom scared every time I leave the house?
Why are you targeting me?
Why am I a target?
Why?
Why? Why? I know why. And it has to stop.
It must stop.
Because I have dreams. Because I can change the world.
Because I will make a difference. Because I have a family.
Because I am strong.
Because I'm talented.
I have a voice.
I can find a cure. I have goals.
I can lead the country.
I am determined.
I have a future.
Because I'm a scholar.
I am powerful.
I'm someone's friend. I'm someone's brother.
I'm someone's son.
Someone loves me.
And because my life matters too.
My life matters.
My life matters.
My life matters. My life matters.
My life matters.
All lives matter.
And so did theirs.
Tropical World. Come to Golden's Tropical World for tropical fish of all sizes, colors, and types, and other small animals like iguanas and birds from all over the world. There are beautiful tanks, pet supply needs, including dog and cat foods, and expert consultation. Check out Golden's Tropical World, 8611 South Ashland Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Call ahead, 773-239-8809. Your Pet Shop.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
What's it like working with your family? Good question.
Right, great question. Original Soul Vegetarian was established over 38 years ago from our parents, so we're second generation owners.
Back then in the 80s, nobody knew what vegan looked like.
But if you say, oh, this is barbecue, they'll eat it and say, oh, it's good.
Original Soul Vegetarian has been an anchor in this community. At least 90% of our clientele aren't vegans.
It has helped the community a lot with being aware of healthy eating and healthier options.
Most of everything that we sell is sourced locally, and it's all made in-house because it's just not about food for us. Your health is your wealth. Just add something healthy to what you're eating. You're gonna feel better.
You eat that much? No. Welcome back to talk about something that we really have a problem with now, is dealing with the stress and the environment and all that. And with us today we have Dr. Shelton Caesar, and he is a medical doctor, and he is a specialist in nutrition and education. He writes books, he helps with affirmation, he helps us to get our lives together. And I would like to invite everybody, that's why we invite you to the Chicago Good Health Group. We invite you, we invite everything, because the Chicago Good Health Group is an organization that we want to get information on, educating everybody on how and what we need to do to be and become healthier. So the third Monday of every month, we are at the Lakeshore Hotel, 4900 Lakeshore Drive, and what you are going to find out is we bring health and education professionals to come out to give information, because we are perishing because of the lack of knowledge. So the third Monday of every month at Lakeshore Hotel, 4900 Lakeshore Drive, the Chicago Good Health Group have a health resource informational seminar. It's no cost, it's free to come, free to park, and we encourage you to come and learn, because now with all this going on, we got to learn everything we can on how to take better care of ourselves. So we encourage you to come, and of course, we always invite you to come, Dr. Caesar, to
every time I
come
I
out.
enjoy it.
Yes, we would like you to come out, because you got a lot of information to share, and you're doing a lot of things, and as a medical doctor, you can do even more because you know and understand what we have problems with.
Yes.
So at this time, we're going to let you help everybody who's in the sound of your voice and see you get some help, information on affirmation on something that you can share that can help them get through things a little better. So take it and...
Okay. What we're going to do is a session. I call it my emotional healing session. So what I'm going to have you do is I've written a few affirmations down. Some are in my book and some of them are new. And I'm going to have you read I'm going to read the affirmations. I'm going to have you repeat them to yourself. And within 5 or 10 minutes, any stress that you have, I'll tell people from childhood up into now, essentially goes away, and certain things will never bother you again in life. That's how powerful my affirmations are.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm ready.
So
I'm taking a part of this.
Okay. Close your eyes and relax. Okay? Close your eyes and relax. And I want you to repeat the affirmations to yourself over and over until we get to the next affirmations. Now, the first affirmation is, in my mind, all is well. I want you to repeat it over and over to yourself. In my mind, all is well. My mind is calm and relaxed. My mind is calm and relaxed. My body is calm and relaxed. My body is calm and relaxed. My heart is at peace. My heart is at peace. I feel good about the past, the present, and the future. I feel good about the past, the present, and the future. I'm optimistic about the future. I am optimistic about the future. I'm at peace with the past. I'm at peace with the present. I'm at peace with the future. I feel strong. I feel powerful. I feel at peace. I feel strong. I feel powerful. I feel at peace. In my inner world, all is well. In my inner world, all is well. In my inner world, there are no worries, no fears, no anxieties. In my inner world, there are no worries, no fears, no anxieties. I have complete control of my emotions, my thoughts, and my feelings. I have complete control of my emotions, my thoughts, and my feelings. I am always forgiving. I'm always forgiving. I have completely forgiven everyone of everything, including myself. I have completely forgiven everyone of everything, including myself. I am blameless. I do not blame anyone for anything. I am prepared emotionally and mentally. I am prepared emotionally, and mentally. I am prepared physically and spiritually. I am prepared physically and spiritually. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with myself. I love myself. I love myself. In my inner world, all is well. In my inner world, all is well. Celebrate, celebrate, rejoice, be happy, be content. Celebrate, rejoice, be happy, be content. You can open your eyes now. How do you feel?
I feel like I can conquer the world.
You can.
I feel like it.
Mm-hmm. And the most important thing, you can conquer the world, but the most important thing we have to do is we have to conquer ourselves. And that's what most people, that's what most people don't do. In order to conquer yourself, you need to know yourself. You need to examine yourself. You need to observe yourself. You need to check yourself. You need to do all those things to make yourself better and better. People want to know what is their purpose in life. I tell them what you do is you essentially develop yourself to your highest potential. In developing yourself to your highest potential, you're eliminating your negative thoughts. You're eliminating your negative emotions. You're eliminating your negative feelings. You're eliminating your negative tendencies. You essentially detoxifying the whole body, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You got to detox. And you have to detox every day if you're in a toxic environment. We have to become masters of our emotions, our thoughts, and our feelings. If we master anything, we have to master ourselves.
And I can actually say from what I just experienced, I would encourage everybody to go back to this as often as you can. Go back to Star Planet and come to today's date and utilize what you just did, because it's going to become more and more necessary as the days goes on.
I have it on my website though. On my website.
And what's your website?
It's www.doctor, spell out doctor, D-O-C-T-O-R, Caesar, CEASER.com. And I have an MP3 recording on there. It's called Stress Free. It's around 21 minutes, 32 seconds, costs you $10. You download it, you play it before you go to bed, put it on your iPhone, listen to it, and it does what I just finished doing right there, but it's even more powerful. It has a nice, peaceful music in the background. You listen to it. I've seen it essentially the game changer. I've seen it change people's lives in my office within 21 minutes.
Wow. So can you please get the website. I encourage y'all to go look at it, check it out. So if you will, Dr. Caesar, can you give them a little slower and
the website?
Your website.
It's www.doctor, spell out doctor, Caesar, CEASER.com. And the MP3 is stress free. Like I said, you download that, you listen to it, it'll change your life, it'll transform your life completely. Okay.
Well, I encourage everybody to do all and everything you can to get through this time that we are experiencing, because like I said, this is new to everything, to every way, to everybody. And what you just shared with us is something that I encourage everybody to take full opportunity to utilize it, because just doing what I just did with what you was doing, I can feel that it changes your whole spirit. You feel calmer, you feel relaxed, you feel encouraged. And this is something that we're going to need a lot of. And right now, we need very much. And on the next subject of detoxifying and cleansing and nutrition and immune system, in your position and being as a medical doctor as well as being at a nutritionist center, what things could you share for the part of the health on that along with the mental, spiritual, now for immune system and things you would recommend?
Okay, I have a health food store, as you mentioned, KMT Health Food Store on 75th and Prairie. The telephone number there is 773-224-7500. 773-224-7500. Like I said, right now we're focusing on the immune system, boosting up the immune system. What can you take? People coming in, they're looking for vitamin C. Vitamin C is good, elderberry is good, but I have a couple of products there, that I think is superior than that. I have one product that's called Black Seed Bitters. It has the sea moss in it, it has oregano in it, it has acai in it, it has moringa in it, it has a lot of things in it that not only detoxing the body, but nourishing the body at the same time.
Can you say the name again, please?
Black Seed Bitters. Black Seed Bitters. Black Seed Bitters. It has black seed in there. It doesn't have the black oil in there, black seed oil, but we also have the black seed oil there too. So I have people use the Black Seed Bitters, and they're using the black seed oil to help boost their immune system. We have your product in there too, the ACOG system, to help detox the body also. And then I have a product there. It's called Dr. Caesar's Herbal Tea, and it's a combination of plantain and horehound. The thing about this with this Dr. Caesar, though, is it's very interesting that 4 or 5 years ago I was on the internet and I stumbled upon a product that says Dr. Caesar Herbal Tea, and I'm like, what is this? And apparently it was a Dr. Caesar in 1750 in South Carolina, who essentially had an herbal tea. He combined horehound and plantain, and back then it was disease-ridden. They had a lot of diseases, a lot of germs there, and he used this tea essentially almost turned South Carolina around, in terms of healing a lot of people.
And that's Dr. Caesar's tea?
That's what he used. I essentially reformulated.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called Dr. Caesar's herbal remedy, but it's a combination of plantain and horehound. It's a very good product. It's very bitter, but it will detox the body. It will help with the immune system. It will help with the respiratory and digestive system also. But we have it. I'll have it back in. We ran out. I'll have it back in Thursday.
Well, people are running out of a lot of stuff now that's really good and necessary because we're getting educated about what we need. So I encourage everybody, go and get the ACOG Body and Colon Cleanse. You can get it right there at KMT at the center. Do it every 2 to 3 months. Help the body stay detoxed because with all of the virus and stuff going around, the more you detox your body, the more you build your immune system. Because when you detox your body, that's going to enhance your immune system to be built. And we encourage people to go get the stuff that they need to do what you need to do for your health and doing. So, Dr. Caesar, what are your hours there at your KMT Center? And what do the person, if they want to come to see you medically, what would they or who they could get to? And
if they need to see me in consultation, okay, they can call my office. It's
and
on
your number?
It's on 75th and Prairie also. It's 773-846-1200, 773-846-1200.
And what hours can they call and what hours are you open in your medical?
The medical center, the hours varies, okay? So you can just, you can leave a message, we're not there, but on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're usually there from 12 to 5:30. And on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, we're there from like 10 to 3:30. And then I'm in the health food store, up and down the stairs from the health food store to my office. But you can usually call and we can get you in to see in my office in a short period of time. And then every one Saturday out of the month, we'll see patients on a Saturday. And then KMT is open on Monday through Friday. We're open from 10 to 7, and then on Saturday we're open from 9 until 6, and we're closed on Sundays.
Okay. So you can give a lot of help to a lot of things, Dr. Caesar, and everything that I look at and that you have shared today, I really appreciate it, and I just hope that a lot of people take some thought to listen to what you have said, and not just take the thought, but utilize it.
Yes.
Because you get all of this good information and not use it, it's not good.
No.
Because you have shared a lot. And I personally know that I'm going to up my game because I tell people all the time, all the stuff I know for the last 35 years, I still have to work all day, every day because your health is changing every day. This day you have a different condition and position than tomorrow, and something pop up new that you didn't have. That's why I encourage everybody to go get them a physical at least once a year. Because you need to know what's going on in your body. The early you find out, the more you can get help, you can work on it, because the first thing we find that if you got a condition, find out what food causes it. Eliminate it out of your diet. Moderation is not a good thing if it's eating the things that's causing the condition that you want to get rid of. So it become a job. Our health is our responsibility. And the one thing I have found in the last 32 years, after being a student at Futonia Health and Fast Institute with Dr. Evan Fulton, the thing that I know and learned is it is our responsibility to take care of our health. And we first got to learn. That's why the Chicago Good Health Group, we have so many professionals to come in to educate and give people information that they really need and want to be more educated on doing what we need to do, because nothing is going to work if we don't know what we need to do to make it work. When you did that affirmation just now, if I didn't know that is what I need to help keep me on even keel, I would be missing out all of that time and be stressed and everything because I didn't know. We are perishing because of lack of knowledge. So the more information that we get, and the more we can get people like yourself to share the education, because you being a medical doctor and in the nutrition, you're in both worlds. You got the education and you got the know-how, and you're actually doing it. You're providing medical care, and you're helping people to understand that we need to understand what the real problem is to deal with our conditions. we need to deal with understanding what the conditions are and not support the condition, but what caused it, the real cause of it. And I just wish that you would have in class with all the medical doctors to just come out and encourage people to be more conscious on what you need to do and what you need to know to be healthier, to live longer, and to stay in good mindset. Because the thing about it, that if I hope nothing else I can know I take away from tonight is how important to get the toxin out of your mind.
Yeah, you have to get it out.
Get the toxin out your mind, because the toxicity in the mind affects your health, your life, whether or not you be successful or not. Has everything to do with your mindset.
Yes.
And I really appreciate, and your affirmation that you put 16 years into this. That's a lot, Dr. Caesar. And I look at this and I see that all of this information that you did here, this is a lot, and it's a lot. And the conclusion, what would you say the conclusion would be, just in your words, on when you wrote this book and the affirmation on what you expect to get out of it?
Well, what I expect to get out of it is what you got out of the affirmations I did right now. Is really we're trying to reprogram, change how we think and feel, trying to be more positive, trying to look at life more optimistically, okay? Trying to just get stronger in almost every aspect of our lives. And I shouldn't have put a conclusion there, because it never concludes. It's an ongoing basis, but the thing about it is you get better and better. It's like you start to see clearer and clearer, you feel stronger and stronger. So it's one of those things where it's an ongoing process. Like I said, in terms of the level of awareness and raising a level of consciousness, it's an everyday thing, but it becomes more enjoyable. It's an enjoyable experience. In the beginning, it's a lot of muddy water, but once it starts to clear away, and then it becomes a lot more fun. And then you start radiating more, and you start attracting things, you start helping people. So yes, that was probably a mistake on my part to write a conclusion. It never concludes.
Now, how can someone secure this book? Because it's definitely a lot of information that's going to help a lot of people, and especially children.
Yeah, it's in my office, and it's in the health food store, and you can get it on Amazon. You should see some of the reviews on Amazon, some fantastic reviews on Amazon. So you get it on Amazon, there's a paperback, hardcover, and also Kindle. But you can just download the Kindle. The Kindle will cost you $10, but like I said, it's a very, very powerful book. I have patients who essentially use the book.
And how much is this book?
That's $35 hardcover.
Okay.
$25 paperback.
Okay.
But I have patients who
a
read
very
it every
small
day.
investment for something so powerful and very necessary.
Powerful. But that tape, though, it makes it. It's
now
like
the tape is. How long is the tape?
21 minutes.
21 minutes.
But the tape is very, very powerful. The book is good, and some other things that we have. My cards are great, but the tape, okay, that's because when someone's hurting, if someone's suffering, they may have a hard time just picking up a book and just start reading. But if you can get them in a mindset where they can sit down, they can listen to the tape, close their eyes and relax.
And how can you get the tape?
On my website.
On your website?
Yeah, drcaesar.com.
And what's your website again, please?
www.drcaesar.com. And the MP3 is stress-free. I have a couple on there, but stress-free. You download it, put it on your phone, you listen to it, and then just tell your friends and families about it, okay? I think we should have millions and millions of people listen to the tape because it works all the time.
And see, this is why I'm so happy, and I thought about inviting you, because right about now, we really need a lot. And what you have covered has been from physical, mental, expression on what we have to deal with. See, for our lives and for our health, it's a lot. It's just like a car. We have a lot of things going, a lot of moving parts. Our body, our life is the same thing. We got mental, physical, health, mindset is going to control and help or hurt. All of those put together. So I really appreciate it, and Dr. Caesar, I'm so happy to have had you on.
Okay.
I really hope that people will call their friends and family to go in and listen to what you talked about tonight, and to go to your website and to go to KM Teacher Health Store and get some of those great nutritional things
Yes.
that can help, especially with the immune system like it is now, because keeping your immune system as strong as you possibly can is going to help every way for your health. And they can also go to KMT and get the ACOG Body and Colon Cleanse. I encourage you to go visit your center. Everybody has not been there, go visit and see all of it, because you have a lot of wonderful things going on there. And they can get the water as well. And who knows what else in the end, and keep the water on the end. So before we run out, I'd just like for you to give us some closing statements on whatever you'd like to share that you can share to the listening audience on things that can help them, that you say, keep these in mind. What would they be?
Yeah, like I said in general, and like you mentioned also, in terms of the wealth, how important it is, your health, how important it is, and people say they consider their wealth. You just have to take care of yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, okay, chances are no one else is going to be taking care of you. You got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your body. You have to program yourself to be what you want to be, and you have to do it on a regular basis. It's a constant type of thing, a constant thing that you're going through. And you just have to keep going. And it's, some people consider it a struggle, okay, and for me it was a struggle in the beginning, but nowadays it's not a struggle, it's a joy. Life in general should be a joy. If it's not a joy, if things are hard, and then chances are you're approaching it the wrong way. Chances are you're not having a positive state of mind. Chances are your mental attitude is negative. And once it becomes more positive, once you focus on the positive, and once you become more optimistic and more confident, and then everything else should be fine. You just have to stay strong. You have to stay strong mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And you have to continue focusing on it, and until you be where you want to be at. Anything around you, like I said, you cannot internalize the external environment, especially the external environment is chaotic. What you have to do, you have to have an inner sanctuary. In that inner sanctuary, you should be able to carry it around with you any and everywhere that you go. You should be able to sit down, you should be able to relax, you should be at peace, no matter what's going on externally, once you have that inner sanctuary. Okay.
Well, we've heard it from the best. Doctor, you've covered all the areas. And I encourage everyone to go to the Chicago GoodHealthGroup.com website, keep up with us, find out what's going on, come out, get as much information, and learn as much as you possibly can to get you through these life. And I appreciate what you're saying, that we really have to realize that it requires a lot to take care of our lives. We got a lot of moving parts, mental, spiritual, biological, physically. We got to work on that too, but we have to deal with a lot of other things. Well, thank y'all, and again, thank you, Dr. Caesar.
Okay, thank you.
And I appreciate being an opportunity to sit in for W.L. Lillard, for Star Planet with W.L. Lillard, and of course, Straight Talk. Please tune in for tomorrow. W.L. Lillard will be back here, and we thank him for putting the platform to get more information out. And join us on Wednesday for Health segment. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank y'all for being a part. Check in tomorrow evening at 6:30 with Star Planet with Straight Talk with W.L. Lillard. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Okay. Have a good evening.